Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. And I gotta say, I'm a little worried about the United States. It seems politically very polarized, but I guess that can happen periodically, time to time, in every country when certain issues come up. But I think I'm a little biased here, most likely, but it appears that liberals are just absolutely losing it. If you are an openly conservative, or if you have a public position, or if you're a public servant, it turns out your public life outside of your work is pretty much absolutely screwed up. A few weeks ago, we had Tomi Lahren, who was in a restaurant with her family, and protesters were throwing water and throwing profanities at her. She was there with her family. I mean, whatever you feel about Tomi Lahren, if someone did that to you when you are out with your family, I think you're going to feel pretty sucky. And then we had protesters interrupt the dinner of Homeland Secretary Nielsen at a Mexican restaurant because protesters were mad with the whole immigration crisis. Now, if you're mad, I understand, but you can't harass a public servant outside of his work. And by the way, these are not business owners harassing people. These are just protesters go into another person's place of business and harass someone. And once again, Secretary Nielsen does not make laws. He just enforces the laws that other people make. He just does his job. And apparently the left is unhappy with that too. This is crazy. We had Sarah Sanders, who got kicked out of a restaurant because she works for Trump. As a libertarian, I think private businesses have the right to refuse service. If you want to refuse service to your political adversaries, as in half the country who disagrees with you, go ahead. I'm curious to see what's going to happen to this restaurant. I'm curious to see how the free market tackles this issue. And then we had other stuff. We had Pam Bondi. She went to a Mr. Rogers movie, and protesters were harassing her. I mean, this is crazy. If you are a conservative and you're just doing your job, these lefty loonies are not going to let you have a personal life outside of your work. This is insane. And to make things worse, I don't think things are dying down because...
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
Curious to see where all of this is going to lead. Well, curious maybe isn't the right word. I'm more worried. Because if we are going to live in a country where you're going to decide that people who are on the different political aisle to you, you're going to ruin their public life in every sense of the way, well, it's only a matter of time before conservatives stop being a punching bag and when they fight back. And to all the liberals out there, if you think this is going to be a one-way street forever, where you're going to keep ruining, where you're going to keep harassing conservatives when they're out, well, it's only a matter of time before conservatives are going to fight back. And if you guys want to go down this route, I mean, there's nothing I can do to stop anyone. I just hope you guys are ready for whatever consequences that come.